order. Want to power rank some quarterbacks?
Yeah, I was just going through that here, actually. Man, this is tough.
Let's do it.
You're going to make some people mad because I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. I think this guy could be like, I could put ahead of him. And let's do it, man. Power rank some Bills.
All right.
Opponent quarterbacks. I think we have to figure out first, what are we doing with the Saints, the Steelers, and the Browns?
I think we should figure out who we think the most likely starter is, and then that's the person we'll put in the ranking. So, let's go in order of them. New Orleans, would we agree Tyler Shuck is the most likely?
Yes.
Okay. For Pittsburgh, Mason Rudolph, just because he's on the roster, or do you think Rodgers should be the name because that's so tough, right? Like, is he just not going to play? I mean, I guess he can play for New Orleans.
As I sit here right now, I still think it's Rodgers, but
okay.
I mean, we have no indication that's actually going to happen.
You want to make it Rodgers, though? Do you think right now it's more likely Rodgers plays that game than Rudolph?
And it's late in the year, though, Joe. I don't know. It's
tough.
What do you think?
Let's do it as though it's Rodgers. I think it'll be a little more interesting if we do it if it's Rodgers anyway.
Okay, I agree. That's good.
And then finally Cleveland, which, good luck. Cleveland should be Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders. We had a Cleveland guest on a couple weeks ago that said, don't be stunned if Deshaun Watson plays a couple games at the end of the season. I mean,
my goodness.
I don't know.
I've had two different Cleveland people I've talked to in the media who've tried to handicap this. Okay. One said it's going to be Joe Flacco because he's the veteran. Another said it's no way it's Flacco. It's either going to be Sanders or Pickett.
Are you saying for week 1 or for that Bills game?
For week 1.
For week 1, okay. By the time they play in week 16, aren't they on to one of the rookies? Don't you think?
Yes, I think that sounds more likely, and I would say Sanders.
All right, let's make it Shadur Sanders. So we'll go Tyler Shuck for New Orleans, Aaron Rodgers for Pittsburgh, and Shadur Sanders for the Browns. All right.
Okay, and just so we're clear here, we have also Penix for Atlanta, obviously, right?
Yep.
And Fields for the Jets. I don't think there's any others in here we have to think about. Okay.
All right, let's work from the top down. So we'll start at number 1.
There's clearly a top 3, I think, depending on what order you want to put them in.
Right.
And that is Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow.
Yes. Okay. And, how much trouble am I going to be in if I want to put Jackson 1, Mahomes 2? Is that crazy?
I don't know. I mean, there's people who get pretty mad. I mean, but, some people will be happy about that. I mean...
Right now,
let's get some help from the bullpen. What do you guys think? If we have rank these 3 quarterbacks as far as the Bills' opponent quarterbacks, like toughest quarterbacks they'll face. Rank Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow, top 3, because we're not taking any of them out of the top 3.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
That's the other thing. I think, especially in a regular season game, I am more fearful of Lamar Jackson than I am Patrick Mahomes. I'll say it.
Okay.
Maybe in a playoff game, I'd have.
I think I might say Joe Burrow even here could be number 1. To be quite honest, I'm not kidding.
All right. Do you want to do it? You want to put Burrow number 1?
Look at the.
We're going to get yelled at if we put Burrow number 1.
The chat is coming in. We got the first 4 have Burrow number 1.
Wow. I mean, that is respect on Burrow. Burrow has beaten the Bills, and the Bills haven't beaten Burrow. They have not had answers for him. Whereas, listen, Mahomes, it's not in the playoffs, but you have seen the Bills do well against him in the regular season. And then Jackson, I think, is consistently the best of these 3 in the regular season, but he's also the one the Bills have had the most success against, right? They force him into mistakes almost every time they play. So I'll say, why don't we do, should we go Mahomes then, just to do it?
I think Mahomes, you have to put the respect in the name of everything that's happening.
All right, so we'll put Mahomes number 1. Let's put Burrow.
I don't think it's wrong to put Jackson number 2 if you want. He was the MVP 2 years ago. He had a very good case last year.
Yep. All right, we're gonna put him number 2, and we're gonna put Burrow number 3.
Okay.
That's the top 2.
I think it is clear. I want everybody to know it could clearly make a case for any of these 3 in any order. I think.
I agree. All right. The first good question of this is who's number 4? because there's a top tier,
right.
and then number 4, which I feel personally like Jalen Hurts is probably the right name to put here. Super Bowl champion. We know he's a great athlete. Sure, he might be a little limited with some things with his arm, and he's got the best roster around him, which helps him look great. But even
I could get with this. I could get with this. Yep.
Because who else? I mean, this will be the next question: is who else it could be?
Well, I think the next group and it depends on where you want to put Aaron Rodgers. By the way, at this point, I don't think I'm putting him this high.
Not yet for me. No.
I struggle between if I'm putting first. Let me put Mayfield or Tua. Who am I putting ahead of the other?
Or C.J. Stroud.
And C.J. Stroud comes in the mix here now. That's correct. I think those are the next 3 on my list. I will say I think Drake May deserves some love, but we'd be putting him too high if we put him here.
Yeah, not yet. I would say there's a potential that by the end of the season he's like in this top 5. But
yes,
I'm personally a Mayfield guy. I don't know how you feel about him. Stroud had a sophomore slump, but are you projecting he'll bounce back this year? I don't know. Who do you like for number 5?
I think I might put Tua here. I understand the health issues, but he's been really good when he's played.
He has. Are we doing this? Sorry.
I am a big Stroud guy, though. I'm a big Stroud guy.
Are we doing this? I should have clarified before. As though like this is playing against the Bills, or just in general.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I
think that's what we did. I think that's what we've kind of done so far. So,
because I guess
we'll drop Tua because of the history. Correct.
That's why. Because the Bills just own that guy. So
Stroud has to go next over Mayfield, then maybe, right?
I would say Stroud then Mayfield.
Okay,
that's how I would go with it.
And then Tua or May,
and then
Rodgers.
It's pretty close for me. Do you lean one over the other?
Between Tua and May?
Yeah.
I just don't think you can rightfully put Drake May ahead of him yet.
All right. Let's
seeing it.
We'll put Tua number 7.
I like Drake May, his possibilities, but I'm going to put Tua there.
Okay. Tua number 7.
He actually hasn't played terribly against the Bills, but the Bills Josh Allen just played so great against them.
Sometimes. He's had some good games against the Bills. I mean,
that's right.
That Thursday night game last year, they weren't dead, were they? When he threw that wobbly throwaway right to Jamarcus Ingram, and the game was over right then and there. He's had some moments against the Bills that have cost his team. He hasn't. You're right. There are other reasons why they lost.
I think he's played better here in Buffalo than he has in Miami against the Bills.
That's definitely true. Okay, so Tua number 7, Drake May number 8. There's a lot of potential there. Right. I feel like I would want to put him there.
Are you putting him ahead of Aaron Rodgers at this point?
Yeah, I am. I am more scared of Drake May right now in a football game than I am of Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely. I can get down with that. Yep. Is Rodgers next, or do you have somebody ahead of him?
That's the. Well, remaining options, by the way. So we're power ranking the Bills' opponents at quarterback. We're halfway through. Less than that because of division games. We're through 8.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers is left. Justin Fields is left. Tyler Shuck, Michael Penix, Bryce Young. Man, the Bills play some low-level quarterbacks, on a ranking list. Shedeur Sanders. And
all right, can we do it this way? All right, let's work from the bottom to kind of get ourselves there.
Okay.
I'm going to put. Are you going to put Shuck or Sanders at the bottom, or Fields, or Penix? I guess.
Not Fields for me. I mean, don't we have to put Sanders below Shuck? Maybe we don't have to. I mean, they went 3 rounds apart, but there's so much more with why Sanders probably went that late.
Right. I don't think that they anticipated Shuck to be a starter anyway. I'm gonna put Shuck below Sanders. I think.
I'm in agreement with that. I think if all else is equal, Sanders is probably a better quarterback prospect. It's just there's so much extra. Sanders, though, with that being said, I think I'd want to put 15
out of 16.
Although there's not 16 quarterbacks here.
No, there's 14.
There's 14.
You want 13 out of 14?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I get it. Yep. I want to put Shuck at 14, Sanders at 13.
Okay. I'm into that. All right, so if we're still working our way up from the bottom, the next worst quarterback the Bills play: Fields, Rodgers, Penix. Did we like Penix last year? Penix, he made some throws. There was that one game. Was that a night game? Maybe like a big important night game where he drove them down at the end.
Yeah. He also had times where he just looked like he really needs to figure it out.
That's definitely right. Which is
so I'm going to put him 12 here.
Okay. I'm good with that. Figuring out, by the way, he's an older prospect. He's already 25, so he better get going here.
Right. Maybe that's the wrong term to use. He had some nice moments. He had some definite he's a rookie moments.
Nope, I agree, for sure. All right, so Penix, Fields next, right?
But right above him, you're going to put Young ahead of Fields then, like on top of him.
I don't know. Bryce Young had, when he got back in last year, it
looked pretty good.
It was pretty good. You know, and I think the coach there is fine, better than what I think they had before. I'm seeing a lot of love for the Tet McMillan fit, so they added a receiver around him. Yeah, like I think, man, you're really you're trying to nitpick two quarterbacks, neither of which I would say I love. But I think I would go Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields personally. How do you feel?
Boy, Fields looked good last year, and I mean he had some decent numbers last year.
He did
when he's in Pittsburgh.
You want to put Fields above?
Put Fields here. I think I want to put Fields ahead of Young.
Okay,
personally,
I mean he is a way better athlete.
He offers more with his legs right now. He had some nice. He kind of had a better body of work, and then Young gets benched and he comes back.
Yep. Do we want to put either of these two above Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think so.
That's too far?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to put Bryce Young at 11, Justin Fields at 10, and Aaron Rodgers at number 9.
There you go.
We like this list? So I've got Mahomes number 1, Lamar Jackson number 2, Joe Burrow 3, Jalen Hurts 4, C.J. Stroud number 5, Mayfield 6, Tua 7.
Yep.
Drake May at 8, Rodgers 9, Fields 10. Bryce Young, 11, Michael Penix, 12, Shadur Sanders, 13, and Tyler Shuck, 14.
And this is based on, their obviously their talent level, but also taking into account playing against the Bills, some history. Right. That's where Tua falls in this situation. And, you get down towards the bottom there, Sanders and Shuck, like maybe just kind of what we're projecting them to be, basically.
They play 4 top-tier quarterbacks, and that's it this season. Right? Like, Stroud's got to do it. Like, I think he's capable, but he's got to take a step this year. Hurts, with the roster, will be that good. Burrow, Jackson, and Mahomes are always that good. But that is it. Man, look at that. 10 quarterbacks on this list where, you would expect the Bills have not just an advantage at quarterback, but a significant advantage at quarterback in each of those games. So, 803-0550, the phone number. If you disagree with anything on our list, you want to move something around, give us your thoughts, and we'll put the list out on Twitter if you missed it.